Hello. 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 Yeah, I'm audible. Shalom. Shalom, is the voice clear? Shalom. Yeah. So those touch points need to be sanitized on regular basis. If you remember, there were services being done in the room. The night service and all those things have been stopped in most of the hotels. The services are being given on request. If the guests are requesting for services, then only the cleaning services will be given in the rooms. If in case towels and all are changed on every alternate days, of course, when the guest requests, those are being changed. If there is any room service requirement, all the things are being placed outside the rooms. We are not, the boys are not going into the rooms to do the service of food. The trolley is placed outside the room and the guest has to carry it themselves. So these are the few things which are being done in the hotels and to ensure that the hotel is hygienically prepared. And even if the guests are coming, they also feel happy to see that the hotel is following all the safety norms and procedures post COVID as laid guidelines laid by the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Tourism. And I will again say the hotels have always been following the cleanliness and hygiene. But yes, of course, with these guidelines, we have to be extra so that we do not get ourselves affected, neither our guest who is coming to the hotel is affected by all these, whatever is going on in the world, that is Corona. So that's
So,
it.
so there is a question of a student that if we have to spend more for prevention, like for gloves, for PPE kits, for sanitization, and there are negligible or we can say minimum guests are there in hotels. So how a hotel will manage their revenue? How they will meet their targets of revenue?
See, if you are talking about the targets and revenue, as I say, in 70 to 80% of the hotels, it is the survival right now. It's basically meeting the break even of the hotel. Now, to meet those break even, we have to ensure that there is no pilferage. If we talk about the PPE kit, the mask, the gloves, see, PPE kit is not required. It is all on paper. Basically, no one can work with PPE kits. Whether you talk about the rooms or whether you talk about any area of the hotel, it is. We don't believe in that. We have to work with the PPE kits on. You talk about the guests. The guests are now educated enough of coming in with those masks and all with their own sanitizers. We have to ensure that we have sufficient sanitizing stations. The staff is putting on the mask, they're putting on the gloves, and I can tell you with my experience, those things don't cost much right now. So we must not consider these things as a hindrance to our revenue management. Yes, Shalendra.
Yes, sir. Is there any special medical facility for COVID for staff, hotel staff in hotels?
No, there is no medical facility as such, but yes, of course, we have to ensure that when the staff is coming to the hotel, their temperatures are checked, they are putting on the mask, and we have to keep interacting with the staff. The staff has to be transparent enough to inform the management about, even if they have slight issues like cough, cold, fever, dry cough, tiredness, etc. They have to be either given rest, or they have to be asked to go and consult a doctor. Of course, most of the big hotels are having doctors on call. There are doctors who are on the panel, so the staff has to go to those doctors, and once they are fit, they have to be taken on duty. But very strictness has to be there, that the staff should not come in contact with all these virus and all. And for that, we have to ensure that the temperature checks are there, that the staff uh, informs about each and small little symptoms, so that we can be cautioned, the doctors can be contacted. No facility within the premises.
Yes, sir. Is there any special process for linen during COVID? Like in general, we wash linen after every use, but is there any a specific process for linen?
See, the SOP which is there is that after a checkout of the guest, those linen, those that room has to be left for 48 hours. Then only though that linen has to be brought down. Those rooms should not be, those linen should not be removed or should not be touched even for 48 hours. That's all. Rest, everything remains the same.
You mean to say, sir, no one is going to check inside after check out a room? Means no staff, whether it is from
Generally,
housekeeping
the
or
staff,
front office.
the housekeeping staff, once the front office informs about the checkout, housekeeping staff goes there inside just to have a view, a general view. See, that's why I told you in between, minibar are now being placed in the rooms.
Yes, sir.
So they have to just go and just have a bird's eye view that they have, yes, of course, everything is fine in the room. They don't have to touch anything.
Yes, sir.
So for the next 48 hours, the room has to be isolated, and then all the cleaning procedures and all the linen procedures, bringing down the linen to the laundry and all those things are being followed.
What should the staff do if a guest becomes sick during
Sorry?
his or her? What hotel should do if a guest becomes sick during his or her stay, or what they are
You're
doing
talking about the guest?
in actual?
You're talking about the staff or the guests?
Staff, what staff should do when a guest becomes sick, become affected with COVID-19 virus?
If a guest gets affected with the COVID-19 virus, see, the guest has to be politely told or and isolated, and a doctor has to be informed. Doctor in the sense, the local administration has to be informed. The local CMO office has to be informed, and they are the person who will take it further. The hotel can't do much about anything. The hotel can only request the guest and inform the guest to stay back in the room. Nobody should go into those rooms. People has to stay back in going on those in those rooms.
And any
We are
space?
doctors.
Yes, sir. Is there any special sanitization program after that? in a
The
hotel and
sanitization program sanitization program is once the guest is taken out of the hotel,
yes,
48 hours again, those rooms has to be kept as it is. In case there is a COVID patient, the 3 days, we generally follow 3 days.
yes,
3 days, after 3 days, the entire linen is kept separately, and
yes,
those linen has to be, first thing is they are washed in hot water, they are then dried in the sun, and then they are brought back into the laundry, and then they are washed again with the chemicals and with the steam, dried with the steam.
yes. It means those
And
linens
the
will
room,
not.
as far as the room is concerned, as far as the room is concerned, the room is then properly sanitized with these hydrochloride. These are That's the only terminal chemical which is being used, which is Virex, which is being used everywhere in most of the hotels. Each and every area, each and every touch points are being sanitized, and then only those rooms can be given for resale.
Yes, sir. Sir, is there any special message for the students who are going to be industrial training in coming semester or were supposed to be industrial training in this running semester and could not?
Sorry.
As as per our schedule, as per our curriculum, in
Mhm.
in a semester, whether it is third semester or fourth semester or fifth semester, students has to go for industrial training. But because of COVID, they could not perform. They could not attend their industrial training from hotels physically.
Mhm.
So, is there any message for those students how they can learn the things which they could learn in industrial training but could not?
See, as far as learning is concerned, there is no better way to learn on the job. There is no better way to learn uh, while you are there at the site in the hotel. But still, this situation which has come up with this COVID, nothing much can be done as far as the industrial trainees are concerned. Yes, of course, boys are missing, the students are missing those opportunities to learn. But then as we have been told in the past by our seniors, and we keep telling, you must keep yourself involved, keep reading good books about studies, about online programs. That you have to keep yourself busy. And of course, yes, when times are better, uh, you are always welcome in the hotel, and we feel proud to educate people, to make our students flourish and go out in the hospitality industry. So that, and we feel also proud that our students are going out and doing a great service in for the hospitality.
Sir, I always face a tricky question from a student side that which department I should choose, whether housekeeping or front office if we talk about room division.
See, it's all about the interest. We keep on hearing about which department we should choose. So few will say guest interact. I would love to have guest interaction. That's why I would want to go into front office. But I can tell you with my experience, there is guest interaction everywhere. If you are good in guest interaction, then only you can survive in this hospitality industry. You have interaction at the front desk. If you are in the housekeeping, you are on the floor. If you are in the room, you have guest interaction. Now, if you are in the service, you are going for a guest interaction. And even if you are in kitchen, if you want to be a very good chef, you need to interact with the guests. So it all depends upon the people, what is area of interest. See, some people love cooking, some people love to take care of their room, some people love only sales and marketing. So it all depends upon, and I can say everybody can become each. Now what is the present scenario in this hospitality industry is a person has to be multitask. They
Yes.
they should be ready to work at in any area, as we have been grown up being told. Once you are there in the hotel, you are for the guest. The guest is God, Atiti Devo Bhav. All these things are being told. So we have to be ready to work in any area of the hotel. So my advice to the students should be and will be is, once when they are going for the online for these industrial training, they come to interact with various departments, and then there is an interest developed in those 6 months, 4 months, whatever they are giving time they are giving in the hotels. So those students, then they have to decide which area. But as far as entire hospitality is concerned, one has to be guest interactive, one has to be proactive, one has to be service oriented, and they can flourish in any department.
Sir, sir, there is a question of a student that, sir, how you handle your workload in this pandemic?
You work, of course, we have to, the life goes on. This is our bread and butter. So as I say, if it is not important, then don't go outside the hotel, outside your house. But since this is our bread and butter, we have to come to the office, we have to work regularly, we have to take all kinds of precautions. That's it. And we have to, because this is our job, this is our bread and butter. This we have developed a love for this job over a period of time. We enjoy working in the hotel. You ask me to do anything else, I say no. I only know one thing, and we all know only one thing is for to work, to go give good service to the guests. And that's how we are managing this during this corona pandemic. Yes, of course, the hotel is not doing well. There are very less number of guests, but then we keep ourselves busy by upgrading our knowledge. Now, whatever we are interacting today is basically a knowledge enhancement session for me also. Whatever interaction, whatever questions you are asking, I also learn on daily basis. So we keep ourselves updating. Since in during, I always tell the students and the staff that use this time to upgrade yourself, to update yourself, to enhance your knowledge, because you have got time right now. Once the guest starts coming, when the things improve, you will not get time for all those things.
Yes, sir. Sir, do your hotel conducts any operational training program or management training program?
We have both operational training program and management training program. Yes, of course, everything has been kept on hold since the last 1 year. See, if you talk about Clark Shiraz, the Clark Shiraz is one of the oldest hotels. If you talk about the hospitality industry,
Yes, sir.
we were the first hotel, first five-star hotel of UP, and it was built in 1962. It was started in 1962, and the second five-star government-approved five-star hotel of India after Taj Mumbai. So huge history goes back. Now, the hotel was shut down in March 2020 with this Corona pandemic coming in. We started again in in November 2020. Slowly things were picking up, but then in last 1.5 months, things have gone bad again in the country. Things are so thing we have stopped all kinds of training programs, management training program, but we do organize both management training program, which is 3 years, and of course operational training program within the hotel for the staff. There are regular training schedules for the staff. So, those things go, but right now it is all being stopped, and we have to ensure that we are ready for the next. We let's hope and wish that this corona pandemic goes.
Yes. Sir, what are the prerequisites for HOT or MT program?
See, if you talk about the HOT program, prerequisite is 3 years degree holders in any of the any of the IHMs. Management training program is basically within, we take people within the hotel. We are not going in for taking people for directly for the management training program. We are only taking people, students from IHM for the hotel operational training, 3 years degree courses, 3 years degree holders, and then after 1 year they are being taken on the role based on their performance. And after 3 years, if people are good enough, then we take them further ahead for the management training.
After 3 years of
Yeah,
job?
minimum 3 years of job.
Yes, sir. What are the difference between job training and HOT program? Is there any difference, JT and
No,
HOT?
no. Now there is nothing as known as job training. Or now people are being taken as an hotel operational training.
Yes, sir.
There is no difference.
Is there any specific exam for HOT?
No, no, no.
Interviews and JDs are there only, right?
Of course, so where if we talk about the selections of the students, um, they are screened by the authority. Uh, Proper session is being group discussion, not group discussion basically, but now what we are doing is we get the all the resumes collected from the institute directly, and or from the individuals, and then they are screened through these video callings, and then once they have to come to the hotel for a final interview.
Yes. One question is there of a student. How is hospitality industry going to come out with this stuff or this situation?
See, hospitality industry was the first to be affected by this pandemic, and uh, it will take time for this industry to come back to its old terms. But then, as all the industries are affected, all the jobs are affected, we have to wish and pray that this corona pandemic goes down. Once this goes down, then only this industry can survive. If the corona pandemic is there, the hospitality cannot survive because people will not travel, people will not go for leisure, people will not go into the restaurants. So we have to just wait and watch, keep ourselves updated, be safe, be secure, and let's hope that things go on well in the future. Things were improving. If we talk about, things were improving in the month of October, November, December in this country. But then suddenly the second wave in last 1.5 month, and things have gone to bad again. We are hopeful that in another 6 to 8 months things will definitely improve. By October, November, things will improve. That's what we are hoping. That's what our industry experts are saying.
Yes. Is there any message for our students who are in final year or pre-final year?
Well, my message to all those students will be, wishing them all the best, and they are just asking, requesting them to wish and pray that this Corona pandemic goes. We meet soon, and together we work together. We get ourselves educated together and flourish in this hospitality industry. This industry is, if we talk about the hospitality industry as a whole, is a very interesting industry. Interesting industry in the sense that you meet guests on daily basis. You are trying to satisfy every guest, and you every guest has a different taste. Every guest has a different liking. Every guest has a different request. Every guest has a different mindset. Now, once you are handling all those guests, you are confident enough, and you start enjoying this kind of work. So my message to those students will be: keep yourself ready, keep update yourself, keep your knowledge enhancement, and very soon we will meet and we will work together.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, Chandra?
No, sir. It was very nice session, and I believe all students who have joined there on Facebook will surely get some knowledge, will surely get some inspiration from you, and will be ready for work.
Thank you. Of course, it was pleasure talking to you all. It was the interaction session. I have also learned a lot. I will also try to improve on it. And of course, next time when we meet, we will definitely have certain presentations and then question answers based on those presentations.
Yes,
If
sir.
I am
It
being
becomes easy
given an
with
opportunity.
presentations. It
Yeah.
becomes easy to understand with presentations to for students.
Yes, yes. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's why I said in the beginning that
Yes,
this is our first interaction. We need to know each other, and then we will take it forward.
right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your precious time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all the faculty members. Thank you to all the students. And Shailendra, it was
Thank you.
nice meeting you. Nice talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, sir. Sir,